live stream. It's such an honor to have you here, to have you on this platform. I am so honored to have you here, and I'm so grateful for accepting to be part of this journey. And I'm so grateful that you accepted to be here. I want to say thank you officially. Thank you so much. I do not take it for granted. So, guys, if you're joining for the first time, make sure you click your subscribe button on this page. Don't screw without liking, sharing, commenting, as we have one of the visionary of mature minds. If I want to introduce our speaker, I don't even know how to introduce her. She is in person Miss Leah. I can't pronounce her other name. Diame. Forgive me. She's a spoken word artist, a personal coach. There's a lot that you need to know about her. You need to know about her. She's someone you would want to listen and listen and listen and listen again. And today we are diving into the topic, which is titled loving yourself while chasing goals. You know why? Because we're in the month of love, and in February, I am very, very happy, excited, because February reminds me of how much importance God has instilled in me as a person. So you too are to think that way. And when you think that way, you get to balance life and enjoy life as it goes, because life is full of seasons and ups and downs. You get to meet up, you get to meet down, and it's going to be easy for you to balance up. And if you're seeing me for the first time or joining for the first time, my name is Teresa Augustino Baizube. I am a menstrual advocate, the founder of the Girl Champion Hub. I am so sometimes I don't want to be the one to introduce myself, but I am an entrepreneur, a digital marketer, a lot of things that you must have been seeing on this page. I have so much that if you know me, you get to love me. You have no reason to hate. There's no hate here. So please and please make sure you are following up with our conversations. If you can hear us, you drop on the comment section. I can hear you. I will leave the speaker for today to introduce herself by herself. You know, I used to say it's better to tell your story by yourself. So let's give her the honor to introduce herself, say something to everybody that is going to join or watch later. So over to you, ma. I can hear you very clearly. I can hear you very clearly.
That and you believe I have to offer. That's why you are bringing me up on your platform. It takes trust to actually bring someone to talk to your audience, because if the person is saying something that is contrary to what you believe, is a problem with the people you're already mentoring and following. So I count it a great privilege. Yeah, thank you so much. And also to everyone,
We are grateful.
my name is Leah Diame, and just like our host, I'm a writer, I'm an entrepreneur. I just jumped into entrepreneurship last year, and also I am now into personal development, coaching, and so it's all boils down from a passion and all that. And so when I saw the topic for today about loving yourself, I found it very, very, very interesting, because my generation have actually left the past ourselves. into loving what we think people want of us. We want to please people. Just this morning, I came across a video I made early last year. I'm so sorry. Trying to please everybody. If you check well, you're actually saying no to one very close to me. Because yeah, as you're saying yes to everybody, ensure you're not saying no to yourself. Because the moment you're saying no to yourself, it's a sign that you're depriving the joy that comes with being you as the thing they want, as in the uncommon woman, fulfilling destiny to of recent. If I show you my picture for last 2 years, because this your face have changed. I'm be pushing myself. Look as well, I have HIV sincerely. And nobody out of all these people that are complaining that I'm getting fat ever, why are you getting lean? What's the problem? Don't tell me about.
Okay, I think network is shaking, shaking. Network is shaking, shaking. Welcome to this live stream. Make sure you stay. Network was actually shaking, right?
Yeah, that can you
Okay.
hear me now?
I can hear you very clearly.
Okay, I think it went and came back again. So what am I trying to say about self-love is identifying that you are unique.
Identify your uniqueness. Be happy with yourself. That's what she's saying. Be happy with yourself. I've took my book and I have my pen. I am jotting because this is something you ought to actually take charge of. 2025, you have to love up yourself, treat yourself with care, treat yourself with love, and move. Before the network connect, I am welcoming here to this live stream. I'm welcoming you to this live stream if you're joining for the first time. I was using this to wait for you to reconnect. No problem. No problem. Mm. I can hear you.
As in that's where I would join. Then I decided that, oh, I want to be a footballer, I want to be a makeup artist, I want to be a fashion designer, I want to be a tailor. I said fashion designer and tailor. I want to be shoemaker. I want to start making shoe. I want to learn how to make bag. There's nothing I have not sat down and told myself that I want to. It was actually self-conflict that I was having. I was so uncomfortable with myself, uncomfortable with the things I do, uncomfortable with me at that particular point. So I wanted what everybody is doing so that I can also be in that space where you celebrate me and you clap for me. Now that's self-conflict, that's self um uh,
Self love.
added value to my life. Sincerely speaking, I met a mentor of mine who actually changed that mindset in me. He actually changed it. He changed it to the point that, like, Leah does it. When you smile and the way you do your post, sincerely speaking, every other person can do it. But there's this touch of you that is always there. There's a touch of you that is always there. Like, oh, it's only this person that can do it like this. But every other person is doing it. So that's the uniqueness I'm talking about. That each and every one of us has something unique on our inside. It's just like our finger the thumbprints we do and all that. They are not the same. It's not the same. It's not the same with everybody. So you must know that there is something on your inside that nobody, absolutely nobody has. Of course, they can do it like you. It's just like my name, for instance, if my name is Teresa and your name is Teresa, does that mean we are the same? Of course not. Even twins who came out from the same womb, they're not the same. So it is high time we come and then we sit and look at what is it that I'm really good at. After discovering myself and the things I do, I quickly realized that some of some of the things I'm doing are things that will pay me on a very long run. So if I'm not doing it and my eyes is on the reward, my eyes is on the game, believe me, I will have run into problem. I will have run out, I will have run into depression because every other person is running, every other person is they are shooting high and all that. But then look at me now, I'm still where I am. It looks like though we are not making progress. But what I'm trying to say is if there is love on your inside for yourself and the things you do, of course, you are aiming. Of course, there is a journey you are actually taking. There is a destination you are surely going to take to. Now, one of the things I said for the last angles I had, don't look for it. Instead, look at what you are doing and check out for the progress. What's the progress level like? Am I making progress? Don't look at the perfection. Look at the am I making progress? Moving. Check out for how you moving. Don't check out for how before we jump into to just say love your neighbor. Before you love your neighbor, the statement is love your neighbor as you love yourself. You can't share love, you cannot. So if there is no love for your next person, oh, It's not anger from within that is actually portraying or coming towards me. Because a lot of people are angry with their is always angry and but once you talk to her, she's angry. Look at her very well. Sometimes it is a problem from within. She doesn't have that love for herself and all that. So when you are trying to show the love, she gets angry. It's like a lady who just left a broken relationship. She's hot, she's paining, something is wrong with her. When the next guy comes into the asking before you start telling me, I sell this, I sell that. The question is who are you? Who are you is not your achievement. Who you are is not your car. Who you are is not your house. Who you are is not your family. Who you are is not all these things I'm mentioning. Who you are is who that you actually think that God has created. Because every time I tell my lady, I say, see, I am very beautiful. I don't need a prophet to
We
tell me
can't
that
hear
I'm
you
beautiful.
clearly.
Oh, I don't know what now happened now. Can you hear me now?
Yes, better.
Can you hear me? Okay, it's
Yes.
better now. So I was that you cannot give out what you don't have, which is the part of you loving and knowing yourself. Now, when you don't know yourself and when you don't love yourself, you always look for validation. If we are in the love season, maybe I should share this. The last time I was in a relationship with someone, 5 years ago. Yeah, that should be 5 years ago. In a relationship with them, that was when I started making my write-ups known. I started posting on my status on WhatsApp. So I will do a quote, it just come by the spirit or by inspiration, and then I'll post it on my status. And people will be like, oh, I'm blessed, thank you. This is powerful. People will react to it, people will send messages. So out of that excitement and oh, this is what I love to do every morning I wake up, I want to inspire people. I now decided that okay, I want to create. I actually have a Facebook account then. I was on Facebook, but I wanted to create a page on Facebook aside my own personal profile that I will be inspiring people. It doesn't need to carry my name and all that. And so then I walked up to my bobo, my babe. I went to meet my babe and I sat my babe down that babe. Oh, so this is the inspiration I have. I want to create a Facebook account page where I can be doing my write up and my posts. And then he looked at me in the eyes. You know, when somebody looked at you directly and is talking to you, you should know the person is not scared of you. He's not scared of your reaction. He's not scared of whatever you want to pick. So he was looking at me directly in my eyes. And then he asked me a question. He said, yeah. So what do you have to offer? What do you know that you want to teach people? What do you know that you want to say to people? Those were the question he was asking me. And I was looking at him like this. What do you know that you want to go and tell people on Facebook? What do you have? He was now there are two ways to this thing. One, you see it as probably he's trying to bring out the best in you and ask you, oh, what are the things you know? And then there's another side of this thing, which boils down to the fact that he has seen you finish. There's another part see finish that is inside the question. Like, I've seen you, I know you. There's nothing you have. There's nothing you can do. There's nothing you have to offer. And so when he asked me that question, I went off the WhatsApp, oh, I went off the Facebook, I went off everywhere for 3 months. I stopped writing, I stopped posting, I stopped commenting. I don't even do anything again. I just left social media for social media people because I felt, oh, if the person I love now, yeah, our relationship is like 2 years already, and the person is telling me that what do you have? Of course, truly, what do I have? Now, if you look now at what I just said, it's a sign that
When he made that statement, I also looked at myself, and then I found out that I don't really have anything. It's a two-way thing. Because people will always tell you something. People will always make statements. People will always throw words at you. But the question is, when they say it and you weigh it, is it the same thing? When I say you don't have sense, you now look at yourself very well, and then you are angry and you want to fight me. It's a sign that truly you are agreeing to the fact that you don't have sense. Sorry. So I'm just trying to explain the fact that when we don't know who we are, we always look for validation from people. We always need them to tell us what you are doing is okay, what you are doing is good, what you are doing is well. Now, I've met people on Facebook most especially, and people who chat me up on WhatsApp and say, Mama, how
Your
have you been
voice is
consistent with what
ceasing.
you are
Are you using a mic?
doing? No, it's just an
Okay, maybe it's
earpod. But can you hear
network.
me now?
It comes and go.
Okay, it comes and go.
Maybe it's
But can you hear
network. Yes, I can hear you.
or maybe I should draw it closer. Maybe you can hear it clearer.
Yes.
Is it clear now?
Yes.
Okay. Now, where was I, said? I was trying to explain the fact that he made that statement and I went into my shell. I went back into my shell because I also believe that there's nothing I have to offer. I don't have anything to give the people. Why do I want to create an account? Why do I want to go and create it? So that disbelief about myself puts me back into my shell. And then I think after few months, that 3 months has gone by, I started having receiving calls and texts from people that, oh Leah, we have not been seeing you post this thing anymore. We have not been seeing you post that thing. So I took a bold step. I took a bold step inside the relationship. Went ahead to create a page without him knowing. I went to create the page without him knowing. And then I started having people reacting to my post. In 1 week, I had 100 people on the page already. In 1 week, 100 people already liked it. So it was out of that 100 people now that somebody saw the page. And one day I was with him, we were talking, and the person said, I saw your page on Facebook. You're doing well. I love the things you posted. And the bobo that said, what do you have to offer was there. He now said, you know what he now said? Yes, I know she can do it. You know, she has been amazing. She has been awesome. She has been amazing. She's doing well. And that was when he was celebrating me, when this other person was celebrating me. I just looked at him like that. I said, hey, are you serious? And then after the guy left, he now said, why didn't you open the account since? Maybe now you will have reached like, I was looking at him from head to toe, like, you're the one who said, what do I have to offer? You're the one who said, what can you give the people? Now all of a sudden you are telling me, why did you not open the account since? Now what am I trying to say? Some of us have allowed people to choke the things we do. We've allowed the validations or the opinions of people choke the things we do. We no longer feel confident in the things we do anymore. We no longer feel confident. And the reason for that lack of confidence is that we don't know and we don't love our own self. We don't love the things we do. Now, before we even now, I'm trying to take away what you do from people. That's what I want to talk about. Because what you do does not define you. As beautiful as it is, I say, introduce yourself. And then you start saying, I'm a this, I'm a that, I'm a blah, 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 I'm a that, that, that. Just like the way we started introducing ourselves from this online page. I'm a content creator, I'm a that. Before that, if we take away your achievement, will you still love you? If we take away, for instance, we take away your influence, we take away who you are, all the followers you have on Facebook. If we take away all these people, who are you? Can you sleep comfortable with yourself? Can you stay with yourself for hours? Now, the reason why some people can't stay in one place, I've noticed that I had friends like that. I have people like that. I've met people like that. I had a friend who will never stay at she can't stay alone. She don't know how to stay alone. She's always looking for where to go. She's always looking for who to talk to. Those are the kind of people you see online 247. I know there are people that are online 247 that are doing something online. Probably that's where they make their money from. But there are this other set of people who, if they are not with somebody else, they are not listening to somebody else, they can't stay with themselves. It's a sign that you have a problem with yourself. You have self-confidence, you have self-doubt in yourself. You don't believe in yourself. So if people don't give you validation, if people don't give you words, you're not listening to them. Hope I'm not talking too much. I realize I've been talking. I've been talking. All right, so maybe I should make this I should we should make it more interactive and let me know before just talking. That would be nice. So that means I'm not
Anyone?
talking. I'm not talking too much. But let me ask you actually also. Let it be an interactive session because I've actually shared a list. What do you think is the problem why some people don't love themselves?
What do I think? What?
What do you think is the problem why people don't really, 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 really love themselves?
Why people don't really love themselves? Okay. If you're joining for the first time, thank you for joining this live. I am with one person you will love to listen and listen again in person of Miss Leah. So she asked a question: why do I think people do not love themselves? People do not actually know they don't love themselves. So that's why I will tell you why people do not love themselves. Some of us, I'll use some of us do not even know what love is because we have not experienced love. We've not feed ourselves with love. So basically, you cannot give what you have no idea about. Some persons are going through childhood traumas, daddy's wound, mommy's wound, they have not healed. And that topic is for another day because if we want to go through all of those things, you actually know why some persons do not actually know what's love. I was counseling a girl of 25 years, and a lot of things she said was that she all her life she just want to kill herself, and her reasons were things I have actually experienced, but death didn't come in my mind. That's because she has not discovered herself. And that's why this year, before we started, I started with a topic: discover your why. Before we went into vision body, you have to actually first of all discover you. Your home do not define you. Your family background cannot define you totally, because I've seen people who came from a very rough background decide to distinguish themselves. So now, to your question, why do people not love themselves? They don't love themselves enough because they don't even know themselves. And that's why sometimes I crack a joke like, if you know yourself, the day you start to know yourself, like me, I started to understand and discover that I have a lot of excesses. The moment I started to identify them, my healing process started. So now, you have to first of all discover, who am I? When you discover who you are, you're going to love yourself. Imagine you discovering that you have so much value to give out. Would you be quiet about the values and keep it in your tummy? Never. Imagine those, for instance, let's use a silly people that have big bum bum. Let me take it, especially ladies, when they want to take pictures, the first thing, because they are aware that they have it, the posture they
Yeah.
give is with confidence to pop it out. I'm not lying. So first of all, when you know you are someone of value, if you know you have bad character, you work on it and you tend to love yourself. If you know you need to do something, you first of all have to identify the problem. Then when you discover it, you tend to love yourself more. So I would answer that and allow you to go. They don't know themselves more. They've not discovered themselves. And if someone cannot see, while I was in my final year in school, one of my mentor, who is also a spiritual person, Ebenezer, I always call his name, he was like a father. He's a young man who sees and do not just allow it to stay in his tummy. He will tell you. He said something, he said, it's not about age to discover yourself. Some people are 50, 40. 60, they've not actually know what they are. They are living in another person's purpose. They are living in another person's life. So now his question to all of us was, who do you think you are? Because sometimes you will never know who you are except you have a good relationship with God, where God will not allow you to sleep till you start living in who you are. You start having those, you are not certain till you start doing those things. That is when you love yourself. For me, when I discovered myself, I am still discovering myself because it is a journey. The moment I did, there's a lot of things I do or I take too seriously that are not valuable. I tend to detach myself. When I discovered myself, I treat my health with care. I take care of my health with care, my fitness journey with care. Because if I myself am not okay, how do I take on this journey? So that's it. You have to first of all discover yourself. When you now know, oh, I have a lot to do, everything possible to achieve it, you work towards it. There are days, let me give an instance from my foundation. There are days I and my team do back to back meetings. We do meeting in a day like 3 times. Why? Because we know that we don't want failure. We've discovered that we have to do excellence. So now, doing excellence does not require minimum. You have to do a lot. They say, who much is given, much is required. It is true. You have to maintain it. So now, I now know, okay, for instance, I am excellent. What do I do? Do I sit back and treat excellence like a trash? Never. So you have to discover yourself first.
I think you've answered all the questions already. I think I love the part you started with, that part of families and all that. Now, someone said life does not. I know there is this popular statement that life begins at 40 and all that, but sincerely, life don't begin at 40. You can be living for 50 years and you're just breathing, you're not living. It's a two-way thing. You can be breathing and not living. You can be existing and not making impact. That's it. That's how it is when you have not yet discovered yourself. So life doesn't begin at 40. Life only begins when you have discovered. Now, I think it was my Smule who said something about the journey of purpose and the journey of life. That you you don't start living when you were born. You don't start living when you were born. You start living when you start working in your purpose, when you start working in what God has called you to do. And this is my own problem in my generation today. We believe our purpose is just that one thing that God has created us to do. I have a problem with that, and that's the reason why I have pushed myself into becoming a purpose advocate. I don't believe there is just one thing. God sat down in heaven, molded you, and then he just put only one thing. He just put it inside of you and say, go to the earth. That's what you will do till you die. As beautiful as that thing it's called a seed. You see that thing God puts inside of you is a seed. And what one of the attributes of a seed is that it grows. When it grows, you find out that it starts having branches. You might actually discover one particular thing that is unwavering in your heart. It's just there. No matter what it is, it's just there. You start doing it. You just it's like a desire inside of you. But you don't do it, you can't do it. But you don't do it, you are restless. That could be the major factor of what God has called you to do. But if you look deep in towards it, you'll find out that there are other things related and associated with it. One of the things I set for myself this year as goals is that everything I do must be relevant for this season. As beautiful as it is that what you are doing is consistent and beautiful, check it. Is it relevant in this dispensation? Is it if you check the month of February now, you find out that everything boils down to the area of love. Everything boils down to the area of love. People are looking for things that will give them red lights, give them red something. Now, if you're a business person, you will notice that one of the things you start looking for in your they will just know that, oh, what I'm looking for is here. I remember I was sharing one time, I was sharing with them that I went to the market during the Harmattan season to buy to buy a shirt, a normal shirt. And I got to the market. It was just a small house sketch in the place they sell. And everybody who came that morning to sell all came with long sleeve. It was during the Ramadan season. It was during this time that everywhere was cold. So everybody came with the long sleeve and all that. I walked around that market looking for just a shirt that there has an I did not say singlet, a shirt. I couldn't find any. Now you now see that that's a season. That's a season, and everybody in that season don't even think that, oh, there should be somebody in this season that probably might need to complete, because they believe everybody in this season is running after and everybody is running after them. So the question now is, in your area, in your field, what can that will it will reach out to everyone. As beautiful as it is that we say that God did not call us to everybody. That's very true. We are not sent to everybody. We're not sent to talk to everybody. Now, for you, for instance, now you talk to ladies, most especially the girl child. The ministry I work with, God has actually put in my hands, has to do with ladies, the uncommon women. I am dealing more with ladies. But does that mean that when I have opportunity to talk with guys with a mixed gender, I will say, oh no, that's not my area. I cannot talk. Let's leave it. Let's not do that. Now I'm bringing us to a part where I'm still talking about purpose discovery. That inside your purpose that you think you have found purpose, you find out that there is more to it. There is more to it. Don't just say this is what God has called me to do. That's it. I told my ladies, I said, see, purpose is anything and everything that brings glory to God. It advances his kingdom and it also blesses humanity. If you catch this thing, when you are living your life and people are saying what you are doing does not make sense, just look at, is it bringing glory to God? Is it advancing the kingdom of God? Is it blessing humanity? Are people benefiting? Because if you remove God and humanity, I don't see what you are doing as anything. If all what you are doing is for yourself, it doesn't make sense to me. But if it's bringing glory to God and it's advancing his kingdom and is blessing humanity, that's purpose for you. Carry it like your egg. Don't let it fall. Go along with it. Now, so one of the things that wanted to kill what I love doing and the passion I had, the love for myself and all that, was because I didn't understand that what I was doing was to God and to humanity. So I felt, oh, if you say you disagree with it, that's all. To the point where inferiority complex started coming in. One of the things I said I wanted to say as the epic of my statement today is that your dreams need a complete you. For you to achieve your goals, for you to achieve whatever it is you have actually set out for to do this year 2025 or for eternity, they need a complete you. Remember, you started by saying that there are a lot of people who don't love themselves, their family trauma, their child, their mother problem, whatever, however it is that the thing is too much on their inside. Your dream, your goals, your vision, your destiny needs a complete you. Needs a complete you. Your mind, they need the whole of you to be complete. And the reason I'm using the word complete is because some people are already inside depression. Some people are angry with the family they came out from. Some people are angry with the mother that gave birth to them. They are asking God a question of, why was I born in this family? Some of us made that statement up. Why did God not? Why did I not come from? Did God not give birth to me in a family and all that? The age I started loving my father's name recently. Actually, you see that statement I made. You see that name you say you cannot pronounce, but that name, even me, I don't like the name. I started liking and loving my father's name just some few years ago because I was so angry with the name that see people bearing amazing names like this, like that. Now, you don't know where people are suffering from. As little as it is, there is just one thing, unnecessary thing that is making somebody depressed, making somebody feel unwanted, making somebody feel loved, making somebody feel invaluable, making somebody feel unappreciated. It could be just one thing. I hated the name. I felt, why did he not have this kind of name like John, Stanley, Kingsley, all those sweet name that makes sense. They'll call me Leah this. Why does he have to be this name? So sometimes when you ask me what's your name, I just tell you my name is Leah. Leave the many one for the owner of. So if you don't love where you are coming from, who you are, you can't love who you will become. I think I should say that again. You don't love where you are coming from, who you are, and if you can't love where you are coming from and who you are, you can't love where you are going and who you will become. I think I'll need to echo that again. If you don't love where you are coming from, who you are now, you can't love where you are going and who you will become. These are the things I said I was going to share strictly with us. So it was Mama Funke Ade Jumoke that said, love yourself, love where you are on your way to where you are going to. As far as you are saying, I will become great, I will become great. Please love this state of you. Love this state. Love this state. Enjoy this state on the on your way to where you are aspiring to, and on the way you are aspiring to go. Now, I don't know if I will, how many minutes do I have more? Hope I'm not extended out.
Yeah, 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
Or let's just make
All
it
right.
10. 10 is fine. 10, 10.
Okay. Then. All right, no problem. Now, let me just round up. It's okay because we have actually, I think you have actually shared a little light on why it is important for you to love yourself and actually discover who God has called you to be. Now, number three of what I'm saying, because all the things I say, I actually put them in structures. Self love is not selfish. It's not selfish at all. Just like I said, you can't just and you establish that fact that you can't give out what you don't have. Now, one of the things self love does to you is that it gives you confidence. It gives you confidence that nobody, no words can actually take out from you. You step into room and you're not minding the kind of clothes. Your clothes don't define you. I saw a video one time where a beautiful lady was well dressed. As in, if you see her, you think maybe she fell from heaven and just came down. And then somebody called her from the audience, like a seminar and all that, called her from the pulpit and be like, "Hello, beautiful lady." Everybody turned towards her and people were doing, the lady fine. Well, the makeup on her face was so beautiful. And then they were calling the lady to come up stage. They wanted to ask a question and do some things. The lady refused to stand up. They were calling her, she refused to stand up. She was still seated, very quiet. People were, they say, "Is you they are calling?" She would turn and look and look and look until somebody now came close to her and say, "Sister, please stand up." The person had to hold her hand to walk up to the stage. Now, that's a lady that is beautiful. But there's a problem. The problem with confidence is the problem. You can wear the best of clothes, the best of wears. But when you lack love for yourself, you will still look timid. Timidity, your the beautiful clothes you wear doesn't take away timidity. The beautiful makeup on your face will not take away the timidity and insecurity. It will not. It is self-love. My mom has always rang that bell in my ear. She said, "Leah, anything you wear fits you and suits you perfectly." That's where how I grew up. That every clothes I wear, my mom praises me. When I leave the house and I'm going somewhere, the first person to comment on my clothes, if it's good or not, if my clothes are not good and I leave the house with it, and if I reach where you are, you tell me your clothes are not nice. And from the house, my mom that did not tell me the clothes is not nice. Uncle, forget it, it's nice. It is you that have problem with life. So it's a confidence that I've built now. That's my mom I'm talking about. So what of the day my mom is not around? Does that mean I will not dress up and walk out? Now, what one thing she did was to tell me that whatever you put on your body, it makes it okay and beautiful. It is not the clothes that gives you beauty. It is your structure that gives the clothes beauty. Because somebody else will wear that clothes and it's not beautiful. Why do we have people go to tailor and then they bring a style to the tailor and say, "This is the clothes I have. Please sew it." That's why we have what I ordered versus what I get. Now the problem is not the tailor most times. problem is the shape of the person who brought the clothes. One of the things we should do is to accept who we are, accept who we are now, and then look for medium and means to becoming who we want to be. As far as you want to change whatever it is that is in you and all that, it is also beautiful that you accept it first. Acceptance is one of the key value to discovering and to moving on and to achieving whatever it is you want to achieve. So I think self-acceptance is the key to discovering purpose. Let me end with that. Self acceptance, accepting your family, accepting where you came from, accepting the food you even eat, the home you are coming from, your parents, and all that, the siblings you have. Accepting that whole experience is the first step to your own healing and to moving forward and to achieving whatever it is you have actually said, I want to achieve. Accept where you are. Because things you are accepting now will be the story you will share. It is a state God is putting you into to actually give you a story for the success you are dreaming of. You will actually go out there and tell people tomorrow that there was a time in my life where so and so was not going well. There was a time in my life where so and so was not okay. There was a time in my life where so and so I never had so and so. I never had so and so. So self love is the key. Some people are buying things they don't need to impress people because they lack self-love. They lack self-confidence in themselves. So I will spend money on things I don't want, things that are not relevant to me. Just like you say, that there are things you're already cutting out of your life that because you know this one is not going where I'm going. But there are people who are dying to buy those things that will not take them anywhere, that will not add any value to the things they are doing, just to tell somebody that even me, I am well to do. So please and please, as we journey through this year 2023, accept who you are, accept the family you are coming from, love what you are doing, and as you are loving it, keep dreaming on to achieving and to becoming the better version of yourself. I believe this little chat with us is helpful, although you might not hear the things you want to hear. Sorry, maybe you will hear it somewhere else. But these few things I've said are the things that I'm seeing around and they has worked out for me. And I believe if we put some of these things into consideration of letting go of certain things and accepting certain things just the way we are, there are things you can't control. Don't focus on the things you can't control in your life. Focus on the things you have access to control in your life. Because when you keep focusing on the things you can't control, things like where you are from, the family God puts you to, the parents that gave birth to you, you can't change them. Focus more on the children you will give birth to. On how is it that those children you will give birth to, they will not look at you and say, I wish I didn't come out from you. I hope 2025 will be a great journey for us. Thank you.
That was very, very intense, and I know that whoever is watching this is actually has actually something has actually changed. Either the person relearn or unlearn or learned. So I just want to actually say, if you have a question, please drop it on the comment section so that we can attend to your question while I give you a recap of this topic. Our speaker has actually hit the nail on the head. I held my pen and my jotter because learning never ends. There are things you learn, there are things you get to relearn. So I have learned a lot. But let me tell you something. If you have a question, please just drop on the comment section. And Richuan Godfrey, she said true. So which means she was following up with everything we're saying. But now let's go back to our topic that has been dissected. They don't pieces this topic. Let me go like we pieces this topic too. Even if you don't understand English and we use broken, you will understand. You will actually understand. The topic is loving yourself while chasing dreams. Your dreams could be your job, your dreams could be you want to get married, have kids, you want to be a career oriented person, many things. Many of us have different dreams, just as our faces are different. We don't know whether my dream is to just be sitting here. I'm just using an instance. So now the actual word here is loving yourself. But you cannot love yourself if you don't know who you are, like we said. So you have to first of all discover yourself. If you've not watched that video where we spoke about discovering your why, I think it's on Instagram, because I've not been coming live on this page. But this year, I said, someone spoke to me and was like, Casey, why do you limit your audience? Why do you limit your audience? You need to have wider audience that people around the world can see. I am privileged to have everybody around the world on this channel. I created this channel just to be on my space, but God has been using this channel to do a lot, and I'm grateful to God for that. But now let's go back to our topic. I have few things we need to reevaluate about ourselves. He said, I'm going to talk about unconscious bias. Unconscious bias. It helps you to build community. It helps you because in as much as we want to say so community or society does not is not going to affect our life, it has thin line. It is going to affect us either positively or negatively. So you need to understand unconscious bias to be able to stand out and love yourself effortlessly, and you are still reaching the highs. You are still sitting in the table where kings and queens are sitting. So first of all, you have to understand unconscious bias, and I'm going to tell you what unconscious bias is. Unconscious bias are social stereotypes that people form outside of your consciousness. They form it oh, that's not what you are. They just assume by seeing my face. Like some persons used to have this ideology about me while I was in school. I was a very small, slim girl, fine. I was very fine then. Like the actual thing, the first thing people get to think about me is that, and because I was smart, so the first thing they used to just know, and I'm quiet, I don't talk. Why I don't talk was because in my class I was actually one of the smallest. Via age, they did not know. Even with my body stature, I was very small. So I saw old people like my mom in class, my brothers, and I'm this smally. So I tried to just, it was dealing with my confidence kind of, because I was, and sometimes I get my sister saying, big people are in your class, so mind the way you talk, all of those things. She was trying to be protective, not knowing in one way or the other she was diminishing my confidence. So one thing people get to see, where I see that unconscious bias played out, is the fact I'm quiet and the fact I'm smart, they assume I would be very rude and I have pride. But for every single time someone gets in contact with me, they wonder, they'll be like, I never knew you are this easygoing. I never knew, I would just see you so quiet. I feel like you don't want to talk. Those things will always play out. As a human being, people will first of all have their own perspective about you until you give them room to know about you. So you must be conscious about how you make people see you, directly or indirectly. You are not pleasing them, but because before they get to know you, that thing is already passing a signal. So we have to be conscious with our daily life. Another thing you need to know is the affinity bias. This, we gravitate towards people that are similar to us. You actually get attached to people that have similar attributes that you have. Maybe because, for instance, you speak very fluent. If you see someone that speak very fluent, you guys will pal. Not like me that did not do English in school. We didn't do English in my school. We didn't do English once. I'm just cracking joke. So all I'm saying is this: you have to understand all these bias so that you understand how life is. Just like I said from the beginning, I say life is seasons, ups, down, and it is part of life. Even Jesus Christ faced this, all these things I'm saying. People for no reason just hated him. So you have to understand it. You cannot differentiate yourself from community and society and expect that you love yourself. You have to be aware of the things that will happen. When you are aware of it, you take charge. So affinity bias, like I said, we gravitate towards people that are similar to us. You must know that You make them see similarity with your what you offer. Your content is what you offer. What are you doing that will attract people that are good? Some of us, we always attract bad people because we ourselves, in one way or the other, we are not true good people. We are not true good people. So this is why I said you need to understand it. When you now understand, know now that I'm a bad person, let me adjust. It is better. It is better. Oh, I'm a good person. Oh, but why are bad people coming? You will still go and discover why, and you will adjust. Then the next bias you need to be very conscious about, if you want to love up yourself and be able to succeed, you have to understand the attribution bias. This contributes to how to assess others and their achievements. We judge ourselves and Mary. This one is comparison. You want to compare yourself when you see people who are smart, who are doing well in fields, instead of you to be able to collaborate, you are able to connect, you are able to be free and make friends, you tend to want to weigh you're to merit. Am I up to? Am I up to?
Yeah.
Life is not competition, sweetheart. Life is living at a pace, not competition. So you need to understand that you don't have to be doing I want to stand up. Yes, build yourself to be great, because there's a lot greatness is going to do. It will just pave way for you, but not you doing it for competition. Competition is why the rate of depression is higher than HIV and the rest. I'm being serious. On Saturday we went for World Cancer Day 2025. We were doing tests for hepatitis B, breast cancer, prostate cancer, and cervical cancer. But we were having people with depression, their BP, all of those things. It was higher than the sickness that we were feeling people should have had. Depression, because of all this comparison. We want to keep on competing. Life is not competition. So you need to understand this. You don't take responsibility for your responsibility of your failure. You want to, some of us pass our failures to people. For instance, I failed an exam and I'm not saying that why did the man set that question? Why did he set the question? You are supposed to take responsibility. The moment you start taking responsibility for yourself, you start doing exploits. That's why I said, if you know you want excellence, you must work as an excellent person. You have to think beyond. So when they set questions that you did not expect, you have to own up. I would have done more research. That helps you to be at peace and love yourself more, instead of you feeling bad about it. Now, the next very important bias you need to actually understand is beauty bias. These are stereotypes formed outside of our conscious awareness. We judge people based on their physical appearance. Beauty currency is very important. Don't look like your problem. If you sell a luxurious product or you want to stand out, look like it. Whether it's your hair, your clothes, your perfume, your aura, carry it like that. Beauty bias is very important. In as much as we say, how I look doesn't count, it counts. Look neat. That's what my mom always tell you. And every time I want to be the girl of the world, where I want to wear all those my things, she will still tell me I'm not beautiful. Because she feels me reviewing any part of my body is not beauty. And I know, but this is me not being I'm not perfect. And I'm not saying anybody watching this to be perfect, but you strive for perfection. Strive for perfection. So when you start to tell yourself, some people are very dirty. some persons are very dirty. That's why they will have issues, and you will not love yourself, because you yourself, when you see yourself looking tattered, do you like it? When you see someone like you that is looking tattered like you, would you like to associate with that person? So why do you expect someone who has invest more on courses to build themselves, their leadership skill, their speaking skills, communication skills, emotional skills? Name them, because some of us feel emotional skills are not needed, and you that you don't even have any, the person will not be attracted to you. Sweetheart, no. It is important that you yourself top up the game. When you are able to keep improving yourself, learning how to speak, learning how to communicate, and even listening skills. I do listening skills for some of our volunteers, because hearing and listening are different. I wrote something about it. I can be hearing this on this live stream and I'm not listening. Is a problem. That's why some of us in the class, when we are in school, they'll say A is to B as C is to, you will still not understand. Do you know why? You were just looking at what the man is saying. You are not thinking deep of what he's trying to illustrate. Because our math, I studied statistics, so they will be like D is to C as C is to. If you don't think, listening work with thinking. If you were just hearing, you will not know where the man is connecting that stuff from. So you need to top up your game. Beauty is important. Beauty bias, sorry, not beauty. Beauty bias is important on your journey, so that you don't get misjudged. You don't get, for instance, there's something someone said to me. There was a day we went to Delta for an official assignment with one of my boss, and I was wearing a suit and my bag with my perfume and all of that. Nothing much. I was just looking neat. There was no makeup, nothing. Do you know that the respect I was accorded? I was not the initial speaker. I went with her. The respect and the crowd I came back to Abuja with. Even when we went to the airport, when our flight was denied and delayed, all of a sudden cancelled and all of that, they now had to rebook. They did not see the need to book for my boss, for instance, the first class, the business class, I mean, and leave me to because I was not looking it. We were, you know the cost of going into the business class plane? I was actually now with her. They did not see the need to differentiate. They booked for 2 tickets. That is how far you trying your best to be the best version of yourself can do for you. I never said, my boss never said, oh no, you must book. They did not need. I had actually just look how you should be treated. You cannot come and treat me lesser than that. That was what happened. So when I took this course about by conscious bias and unconscious bias, I never understood it until I started to see it though. I saw this firsthand. That's why I say we learn. Sometimes I just heard it, but later on I went back and I discovered that everything they gave to her, they gave it to me. It was awesome to see. So now, if assuming I was there and I was being treated somehow, it will, in one way or the other, make me feel somehow. I'm a human being. It's not like a competition, but you have to actually, that's why I said opportunities don't come to you sitting. You put yourself in positions for it. And when you get those things, you will not be competitive. You are just you. And God is good. God said he likes clean people. I'm not saying I don't wear designers, and I don't advise people to be wasting money on nonsense. I don't. Before I got a bag that is very expensive, and I still don't wear it every time, I'm scared. Before, I saved up for a long time. It's not like I cannot just buy it immediately, but you work in pace. That's why I say there's time and seasons of your life. So when you understand there's time and season, you will love yourself, oh, because you know you will live that life. You will live that life. I use school because most people that watch this are in school or something. There was a time I met someone who met me when I was going for my master's class in baking in this Abuja. He knew me from nowhere. He just asked me something. How are you a student? I said yes. He said, what did you study? Why are you studying? I told him I'm studying statistics. He said, what's my point? And I told him. He was amazed. The next thing was that, okay, I'm going to be sending you data every day and money every month so that you can be reading and not be stressing yourself with this book. I told you, even though you be giving me, I will still be doing what I'm doing. He kept on giving me. And one thing he always advised was that he said, focus on school. After school, you will have all the time to do all the guy. And seriously, I adhere to what he do. There is nothing now I want to actually do that if it is convenient, I would not do it. I will do it. Is it all the whole party they will say if truly I'm a party type? How many parties do I want to attend now? So you need to actually understand beauty bias. Then the last, no, the second to the last is confirmation bias. People research for bits of evidence to back up their opinion instead of objectively looking for all informations. This thing is a two thing. As you live your life, make sure that you are keeping a pace that you are proud of. Make sure you are keeping things that you yourself, in how many years time you are proud that you did. You are proud that you did it. You are proud that you lived in that space, because people will go back and look for evidence. And if you're an entrepreneur, whatever you are doing, make sure you are posting it. Make sure you are keeping records. Make sure people can see where is the evidence, because you don't know what is going to push you forward. Don't just live in your purpose inside of your tummy and inside your house. You are built for greatness. So those things helps you to be able to love yourself, because when you are doing something and it's something good, you will tend to just, even if you don't love yourself, the way people will be loving you, you will love yourself by force. Then the last but not the least, conformity bias. This can work for you or against you. This is related to peer pressure. When you allow your views to be swelled away by those around you because you are seeking acceptance from a group of individuals, people will always do what others don't do. It's contradicting. Trending things, please jump on it. It's trending. Don't lose yourself. This one, they said it can break you. It will break you. I've been in that stage. You want to do everything because people are doing it. I use an instance from someone who said her family treats her like this, her family treat. I said, sweetheart, you can be different from your family. You know, most times some of us turns out to be what we don't like. Do you know why? Because we allow ourselves to be sick in it, and we tend to hate ourselves later. I'll give you an instance. Few years ago, I found myself yelling, like I yell. Someone does something and the next thing I'm shouting. Do you know what was that? I understand that it was a trauma I needed to heal from. Well, while we're growing up, my mom she does not have a low voice. So when she shouts, I get angry and I feel bad. And I didn't like it. I was supposed to correct it, not replicate it. So when I discovered I didn't discover it on time. It was one day, something just happened and I'm not like, Jesus, no. So what I'm saying is that you can change a narrative. You don't give excuses. Own up to the fact I'm shouting. Should I say someone taught me? Nobody taught me. I choose to collect it. I choose to want to yell. I choose it. So now, If you now become what you don't want to become, you tend to hate yourself. And now we are saying loving yourself while you are chasing dreams. With all of this balancing society, community, yourself, there is no how what people say will affect you when you know that people will always have a perspective about you. It won't hit you strong. It won't hit you strong. So I think I've said a lot. Leah has said a lot, and I know that you hearing this from our voices, you're going to go back, take a meditation. It is okay that since your life you never knew you were not loving up yourself. Some of you think buying clothes for yourself is loving, is enough love. It isn't. It's part of it, self-love. But do you know what the best love you can give to yourself is? Rest. Rest as a skill. You are not always pressured. You are not always on a run. You can be working and still be at rest. You can manage and balance life. That is love. The best gift you can give to yourself is rest. I know we can't learn it easily, but with time, with following principles, structures, you are going to actually live up. You're going to actually love yourself enough that you know you have to take care of your body, your health, everything. And what you want to be is possible. You just have to work towards it. Seek advice, seek mentorship, collaborate, listen up, love yourself, run tests on a frequent time so that, for instance, there's sickness everywhere. Some people, you will hate yourself. Why? Because you discover it late. I have someone who is on this live stream or who have joined and left. That person just had was really sick. But do you know what rest and loving yourself will do for you? That person did not dwell on the sickness. That person heard, oh, I have so 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 thing. Oh, and the person started treatment. That is you loving yourself, not you. Why did God give me this sickness? Why did God? You are crying. No, that is not loving yourself. You have to, yes, it's okay to feel bad, but owning up to it, accepting it, it has happened. And if you don't take care of it, you will die. But managing it, it has happened, does not mean world will end. So don't fold your hand and assume, and this thing should work for me. So if it does not work, you'll be hating on yourself. Work for it. Work for your dreams. Work for your goals. Work for your life. Work for your health. Work for every single thing. I always give some persons ask me, and I say, why do you, then I was very small, why do you work out? The reason wasn't the idea of going to the gym. The idea of me working out was the fact that why I undergo a surgery. I was asked, I want to be fit, not for anything. Because if you are not fit enough, you cannot you cannot carry out the work of God. Oh. You cannot. If you don't take care of your body, you're only taking care of your spiritual life. You're only taking care of your, for instance, the girls menstrual life, your hygiene, your this. What about other things? So we need, the whole body need everything. Your brain needs your, funny enough, I discovered that if you don't even do, like, you mustn't, if you don't work out or do an exercise doesn't mean go to gym or anything. Your brain, I don't know that fat used to block brain. Oh. It was few time few weeks ago I knew that one. Oh. Hey, inside me, I was now scared, and I say, hey God, oh. I'm a funny person, but don't mind me. So imagine now you are supposed to be dishing out intellectual things, career oriented things, and your brain is not just working on average, and you don't know why. You don't know why. So please and please, every aspect of our life is important. Everybody around us counts. Yes, one thing I think we forgot was that your company you keep, just like the last one said, the pressures, there are the pressures around you. It's either a positive pressure or a negative pressure. Some people pressure you to be better versions of yourself, which is very, very necessary. While some pressure you to be themselves. Some people want you to just be themselves, even though themselves is not for you. Be aware of them. Be aware of them. Manage. See, if there's anything you are going to do in this life in 2025 for me, I can kneel down and beg you. Live at peace. Live in rest. Love up. Because when you love up yourself, you're going to be very, very productive. Very, very productive. Very, very productive, whether in your business, your office, whatever you want to do. And you will see God loves people who are disciplined. So own up and be disciplined. What is right? What discipline means is that it's time for this thing, whether I don't want to do it. It is time, I must do it. That's what I define as discipline. I don't know what anybody defines it, but discipline is doing what is right at the right time, not doing it when you want to, but when it is the time, you do it. I'll give you an instance. Today I'm very sick. I'm not supposed to be on this live stream, but it is hot to hold. And I don't look like it is, because it is discipline is starting to be like a lifestyle for me. I wrote a post on WhatsApp yesterday. I didn't feel like to go to the gym. It wasn't like if I did not go, my mom or anybody come and flog me. But because of discipline, it paves way. So grow yourself. And I want to say, let me cut it. I know we've spoken too much. Let me allow our speaker to go, because I've taken so much of her time. Miss Leah, I'm grateful. I'm so grateful you are
Miss
here.
Leah, thank
I
you
don't
so
take
much.
it for
I've learned
granted.
a lot
I will
from you.
never take it for granted. I love you
Thank
for
you.
always showing up, and I'm so glad to
Thank you.
share this screen with you. I don't know if you have
Thank you
few
so
words. I don't
much.
think anybody has question, because no one is dropping questions.
Okay, thank you so much for this privilege to share my thoughts. I count
Yeah.
it a privilege always when people gather to hear me speak, because it's truly a privilege. Last thing I will say today for this meeting I've just had is that you can't go through life feeling wrong about yourself. You
You
can't
say?
go through life
I didn't
feeling
hear
wrong.
you.
You can't go through life feeling wrong about yourself. When
Hmm.
you are feeling wrong about yourself, you can't do much. You always have this doubt inside of you: am I really doing the thing I'm supposed to do? And I also said that you can't do much in life trying to look like someone else. You can't.
Never.
Nobody will go for the photocopy of something when the original is available. When there's the original, we don't need the photocopy. Just like now, I just wake up one morning and say, now it's beret I want to be using on my hair. I want to be looking like Yada or Mestimo. People will only celebrate you for 2 days. There's this guy that started talking and doing things like that, the Bishop Oyedepo. If you have a problem, you have a problem, a case, will you go and meet that guy to pray for you because he talks like Bishop Oyedepo, he dressed like Bishop Oyedepo? Will you meet him for counseling? Will you meet him for prayers? Because he looks like he doesn't mean he is. So I think we should find joy in ourselves. We should find joy in the things we do. We should find joy, as little as it is. People are not celebrating it. What then? What? Just love what you
Celebrate
do.
yourself.
There's sometimes you post and people don't like your post on Facebook. People don't. It doesn't define you. You're not your profile picture. You're not defined by your followers and likes on
At
Facebook.
all.
I'm serious. There's something this guy did. Frank Edward did on his status. I don't know if you on his page. I don't know if you saw it. He dropped a full stop like a dot on his profile, and within 1 minute, like within 1 minute, he already had 1K like on full stop. And then after that, after some time, he now he now carried he now screenshotted it and posted it back and said, "What is it that I said now that thousands of people are liking it and commenting on that? Why your friends and your neighbor are commenting and posting every day? You are not liking it." So I think we need to wake up and start loving ourselves, loving the things we
Yes.
do, the things
When you know
we
that
do.
these things will happen,
So
you
I think
said
self
it.
love is the key.
When you know
Now,
that people will not
we
support you now till you are blown, you are aware of it. So you don't pressure
your
yourself and start
assignment.
feeling
Know the
bad.
dream. You are dreaming. What are you dreaming about? What's the dream? How? What's the year level of the dream? Is it a 1 year dream that you can achieve in a year? If it's a dream that you can achieve in 1 year, don't put pressure on yourself and be looking for the reward immediately. Look at the dream. How many years will it take you to achieve it? I can't be a child in secondary school shouldn't be dreaming of getting married you are now in year three or just three and you're thinking of getting married. That's not a dream. That's a very far dream that you should not put pressure on yourself to achieve immediately. Although in our generation now, even just three children are getting married, it's not a new thing. So that's where we are. We have to. But Shafi Bello said something. She said, "Our audacity is in our authenticity. Our audacity is in we being ourselves. Being ourselves. You are nobody until you know who you are. You are nobody. So people can define you and call you all manner of things, but if you don't know you, you are nobody. So thank you so much. I think I need to run. I'm already out of work for a very long time now. So
Sorry,
thank you
thank
so
you
much
so
for
much.
bringing me on
God
here. God
bless you
bless
for
you.
joining. I really appreciate.
I
See you next
thank you
time.
so much. All right, Ma. Thank you. Take care,
All
Ma.
right, bye. So, guys, just like we said, I sometimes I write and I say, the more audacious you are, the more opportunities you get. Love yourself enough. Love yourself enough. If you love yourself enough, you are going to win big, big, big. What anybody have said about you, the lies they've said about you, is not you. They said a lie about themselves that they felt it is you. If they've told you you are not smart, I am telling you today you're smart. If they tell you you're not brilliant, I'm telling you today you're brilliant. If they'll tell you that you cannot be it, I am telling you today you can be everything you dream of. Every good thing you dream of, you can and you will. If they tell you that because your parents did not reach there, you cannot reach there, you will reach there. Just make sure you make the right choices. The right choices, and trust me, you are going to do a blast. I love you, and if you're joining for the first time, if you've not subscribed, please go and look for the subscribe button, like and share, like our post, drop a comment, encourage us to continue this work we are doing. I love you so much, and I remain Teresa Augustine Obaisibi, the founder of the Girl Champion Hub, and I am the CEO of Abuja Boss Lady Tour, CEO Tessie Great Calling Services, CEO Tessie Cakes and more. It is nice having you here every week, and I love you so much for always supporting me. See you guys next time. All my love from here. Remember, loving yourself while you chase your dreams is the goal. Love up, rest as a skill, and we love you. Bye.